I had a vision that I went to hell, and hell isn't nothing what anybody says it is. It's not fire. It's not brimstone. None of that. Because think about it, your flesh is the only thing that can be burnt. Your soul is fire. It's light. For people that have souls, some people are just beings. From from some, this is overthinker's perspective. So some of the things that I say is just thoughts that are out there. Like because there's so many perspectives. Overthinkers' perspectives is there's infinite amounts of truth of what could happen and of what happened, and ultimately the fun part of it of being of being in this time, because we used to know everything. Remember when everything was perfect, the pyramids and all that stuff, and everything was just perfect. So like it was perfect with nature, and everything had a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Based off the evidence that they left, it was indestructible. It's still there, and for thousands of years. I was talking to my brother a second ago, and I channel truth, the spirit of truth. I always have since I was a kid, and it's just who I am. And I was channeling the spirit of truth, and I was just telling him my story about how I went to hell, and so much stuff just started making sense, and it'll make sense to you hopefully too. So I went to hell, right? And I knew that I was in hell, but it wasn't no fire, and it was all I remember was more ants than you could ever imagine. It was more ants than all the ants on this planet put together, and it was fire ants, worse than fire ants. It was just like big. It was just ants, like they were just made to bite you and like sting you and like leave bumps. And it was unlimited amounts, and they just crawl up you, and they don't stop, and it's like they never really get to the top of you though. It's just like they're just like always just crawling up you, and it's just it's unlimited, but they never. It's just weird. It's just like it's not nothing like this reality. And then you feel like it's like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then you look down, and you realize you're standing on a clock, right? And this is hell. You realize you're standing on a clock, and then you look at the clock, and you realize only 1 second has passed by, and it's been 5 minutes, and ants are just crawling all over you. And then so, anyways, that was part of the dream. That's all. It was a full. It was only a couple seconds I was there, but it felt like 5 minutes. But I have more experience and stuff that I'll share with you that just make sure you subscribe. But this is the conclusion that I came up to. So you're standing in hell, and you're standing on top of a clock, and then I'm like, what the heck? And then I'm like, okay, so Father, so then you stand on a clock. So I'm like, oh snap, Father Time, and then I'm like, okay, so what's that? That's Saturn. And then I'm like, oh, that's Satan. And I'm like, oh, that's so everybody that's in hell in this dimension is being controlled by the clock every single second. That's Father Time, and they're on a certain vibration that they're being controlled by Saturn, because right now Saturn is controlling the planets. That's why everybody is worshiping Saturn. Like Drake is talking about the six. That's the sixth planet. Everybody got their rings and their chains and their ice. And I have so much insight on all this stuff because I channel the spirit of truth. So make sure you follow. I can tell you all about the universe. And but anyways, so everybody's worshiping Saturn. What was the name of the thing Michael Jordan was on? The movie, the little Looney Tunes movie that Michael Jordan was on. It was all about Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Space Jam, all of that stuff. You see, and I can't make this stuff up. And it was all because of this vision that I had, and I just came to this conclusion. All these people, they're on this phone, right? And they're channeling the energy of Saturn, which nothing's wrong with this phone. This phone is perfectly good. You know what I'm saying? Everything about the world isn't evil. Like everything has to happen for right now. Saturn isn't bad. If you look, you know what I'm saying, do research. It's the crossroads planet, so Saturn has a job to do. And when you're on the spiritual journey and you're on the path that I'm on, Saturn came up to you, gonna come up to you just like Job in the Bible. And Saturn's gonna test you, and he gets full control over you. He's gonna ruin your life. You're gonna lose your girlfriend. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna be weak. You're not gonna be able to do one push up. You're gonna be searching for something. You're gonna feel like you're missing something, and that's when you're at the crossroads. And Saturn's gonna be telling you the whole time you can come. You know what I'm saying? Do some blood sign, and like just say something, you know what I'm saying, and you can get everything that you want. You can get women, you can get everything you want, you can get money, and everything will be good. You can get a comfortable bed and a good meal. And that's when Saturn comes, and people, you know what I'm saying, they fall for it, and then they submit to that, and then they do that, and then they don't realize that their energy, that they just gave their energy up for 100,000 years, because Saturn only reigns for a little bit. So they have free will to go in and out of Saturn. Like all these people who did all that throughout time, going out of Saturn, come here as spirits and mess with people and try to get them to come to Saturn too. And that's what demons are. and it's like so like they tune their energy to that planet when they're doing like stuff with like certain music and rituals and stuff like that. They're tuning themselves to that planet of Saturn, which isn't bad energy. It's just energy that is, and it's like the justice system of the universe. So if you sit there and try to sacrifice yourself, your own energy, if you're bold enough to do that, and um try to suck other people in with you, then you know what I'm saying, you have 100,000 years of darkness. That's what the reign of Satan is, and Saturn, and that's all throughout history. You know what I'm saying, Saturn was always Satan, and you know what I'm saying, he's not like, you know what I'm saying, a bad angel, but he's definitely one of the most powerful ones, and he's like the judge, kind of, not the judge, but the one who's like the gatekeeper. And so all those people who are tuned into that Saturn planet, a lot of them by default are gonna be raptured into Saturn when Saturn's reign is over. That's what the rapture is about. Because Father Time's taking all everybody, you know what I'm saying, and he has their signature, you know what I'm saying, about blood. So the people who did signature bloods are going for sure. And the people who, you know what I'm saying, just even, you know what I'm saying, just did it, you know what I'm saying, like little rituals or whatever, you know what I'm saying, who worship the six, you know what I'm saying, who rep the six, you know what I'm saying, they're definitely going. And the people who by default are following those people who go to the six, who listen to their music, like if you watch that video, a little Uzi, you know what I'm saying, telling all of his fans that they're going to hell with him, go watch it. And he's not lying. Like you listen, he's tuning you with the tunes, and you have to tune your own car. And I'm gonna teach you how to do it, you know what I'm saying, but you gotta make sure you subscribe, and you know what I'm saying, send me a couple bucks and stuff like that, help support me, support my channel, man. I want to get you know what I'm saying, a cool little setup right now. I got my lamp and a couple candles back there, you know what I'm saying. This is just my room, but I get everything set up. I'll tell you everything. But anyways, this is gonna make perfect sense. So anyways, I'm in hell. I look down at the clock and I'm like, oh shit, Father Time, Satan, that's crazy. So and all these people are selling this whole to Satan, and they're just as bold as it can be right now. And this is how you know it's the end time, because the truth is coming out. And I went through the crossroads, and Satan tried to get me, and I like, it's just so cool because I found everything while through the process of that. Like if you just say no while you're in the crossroads, just stay to it. If it's a birthing process, you know what I'm saying, the spirit of truth will definitely set you free. And you'll see everything as it is, and everything's beautiful. You know, it's just a time. It's like this one time. It's never gonna be like this again. The devil is in control. He's just doing his job, bro. He's like the cleanup dude, and all these people are getting sucked into Saturn. It's so crazy because like it's a freezing cold darkness, and and then follow me, and I'll explain all of the stuff, you know, the facts about how I know all this stuff, and the songs that prove it, and the movies that prove it. And so make sure you definitely stay tuned, because I'll tune you the right way. You know what I mean? I'll definitely have the tunes, the music, and all that stuff to fix all this stuff, the angels and everything. I have so much insight because I've unlocked my ancestors. I went vegan for 3 years straight, didn't eat meat, went 7 days fasting, staring at the sun, staring at the stars, and just praying for protection. You know, unlocking protection, praying for my angels, seeing angel numbers, seeing birds. You know, seeing what everything meant, numerology, you know, looking at the good, knowing what all the good, knowing about all the angels, knowing about all the demons, knowing about all the gods, knowing about all mythology, all of it, like knowing about society, politics. Like I'm really deep into all that. So I just follow me, and I'll definitely give you some insight. But back to Father Time. So Father Time, Saturn, and it's just so cool because they demonize everything and make it so bad. Like, oh, you're going to fire, but listen, fire is the sun. That's Helios, which is hell. And if you're a solar being, then you'll never be burnt if you go to the sun. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where all the, and I have insights. I'll tell you everything. I've been to the sun too, so I'll tell you everything about hell, and like that real hell, because I'm like the real hell. Like the sun is fun. Like the fireplace is fun. Like that's where the bird. Like that's where everybody's from, bro. Like original, all the souls. If you're a soul being like me, you've been to the fucking fireplace, bro. It is just that's what you are. That's what's inside of you. And right now you're getting a chance to, what happens is the sun, it be like just think of it like this. This isn't exactly how it works. I'll break it down way more, but there's a weird example of how it works. Say there's a little particle in the sun, and when there's a really big being in the sun, there's a bunch of big beings in the sun, and there's small beings, there's all types of beings, but some of the beings are beaming themselves, but one little dot onto the moon and bouncing it onto the earth. It's not how it works, but it's kind of like that, bouncing onto the earth, and that's them, and they're the living image, you know what I'm saying, the son of God, of themselves, you know what I'm saying, of whatever the bigger entity that they are in the sun, you know what I mean. And And then there's another sun behind that too, you know what I'm saying, that controls that. And if you're deep, you know about all that stuff. So anyways, you get a chance right now as you're beaming that one little part of yourself to your, as that one little part of yourself is being beamed to the moon. You're getting a chance to create your own heaven while you're down here. And that's what the Egyptians did. That's why when you look in their tombs and everything that they made, they created a heaven. So when they died, they knew about everything. They knew what to do because they created it. And you're supposed to do that down here. And a lot of people are accepting the ones that they already had down here. And that's good. You can do that. You can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Buddhist, you can be all that, but you have to follow the rules, or else you have to accept the consequences that come with that, because that's also there too, you know, and you will have to deal with that. But if you create your own thing, which is what I did, and I'll tell you all about it. I'll help you, you know what I'm saying, create your own if you want. But it's not really about that, you know what I'm saying? You can always, as long as you know what I'm saying, as long as you're not selling your soul to Saturn, you know what I'm saying, you have a good heart. It's not really about religion. It's not about none of that. But in ancient days, that's all we were about. So, and I'm a really ancient spirit, so I'm all about that. Like my everyday life is about spirituality. Like you see, I got candles burning, incense burning, you know what I'm saying? Everything's nice. And I mean, you can't deny that Saturn is Father Time, and everybody's getting on their knees praying to the Father, and there's praying to the Lord, and that's the Lord of the Rings. So it's kind of cool that like it's the end of Saturn's reign when it gets real bad, because everybody's trying to get that Saturn's trying to get as much as it can. And it's not a bad thing, bro. Saturn's not your enemy if you're like me. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like once you pass this test, he's like he can't really mess with you. You know what I'm saying? He wish he could have you, but he's just like, all right, bro. Like, you know, you realize what it is. So right now in this life is your chance as you're beaming yourself from the sun or from wherever you came from. I'm not beaming myself from the sun. I already came from the sun to somebody to somewhere else, to another place or whatever I did. But I'm not directly from the sun right now, but I'm being channeled from the sun. It's like a mirror. The sun, you can go first, it starts from the moon, then it goes to earth, then you can beam other places too. So right now I'm coming from another place, and I beamed to the earth, and now I'm being beamed to another star, which is either I'm being. I'll explain it to you later, but so right now is your chance. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you create. Right now you can either be beamed to another star, or you can create your own star, and either way you're being beamed to another star. But if you create your own star, you create your own star, and when you die, don't go to any light. Just look down at your light and then start to create it right there within that darkness. And remember what I said. You know what I mean? Make sure you follow. Make sure you like. Make sure you share, if it makes sense, and comment. I really want to know what you think. And nothing's bad. It's called balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting my own merch. Make sure you subscribe and support me so I can start my own merch. You know what I'm saying? I really want to. If you think that that's something, and I know I just blew your mind, I now taught you something new. So if that's cool, man. Just support me, man. I promise it'll be worth it. And I want to have a personal relationship with everybody who it is. You know what I'm saying? 222 Mac. I'll break it down to you. That's my name, and I'll break it down to you. It's cool. I'm into numerology, astrology, everything. I mean, it's nothing that I dibble dabble in any type of knowledge. I'm a sponge, and I came up with my own everything. But it's not nothing like super special. It's super simple. A kid could do it, and it's super good. It's nothing but good. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the Trinity, the Mother, Father, and Son, which is what everything is about. And it seems like they took the Mother out and said the Holy Spirit, but you know what I'm saying? I'm an old fashioned guy. Mother, Father, and Son. The Mother first. You know, and the earth is the mother, that the womb that we're in right now within our bodies. But I got so much insight for you. I just want to say thank y'all, and thank you for sending donations, man. Send me like a 20, give me some lunch, man. It'd be so sweet, man. I know that hopefully somebody sees this video while down the street in Wonk Road, and just it's like, man, I promise you, man, I carry the spirit of truth, and you're gonna love me. Like, I got so much insight because I got my channel ancestors. I unlocked my DNA. I did all that grounding in nature, and it was definitely worth it for sure. Because I know that I'm creating my own bubble now. Like I could go back to home to like because the whole time I was down here at first I always wanted to go back home because I know I come from Venus, and I got so much insight on all this shit. But so I know I come from Venus, so I was like super like want to go back home because there's nothing but love at there. Like it's weird here, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a dumpster here compared to Venus, and but like mama made me go through it, and now I get to create my own world. It's gonna be so fucking cool, bro. But I love y'all, man. Make sure you follow, and I'll teach you how to create y'all's own world and stuff. It's perfect. I love you. Yeah, my name is Deuce, which means two, and everybody has said I love you too. That's the universe telling me that it loves me. My nickname has been Deuce since I was a kid because I'm the second. My initials are Mac, so 222 Mac. My angel numbers are 222. I'm real big into numerology, but yeah, everybody says I love you too. My name is Two. Everybody in my family calls me Deuce because I'm the second. It literally means two, and Mac means two too. Mac, my initials means like if somebody's name was William, they would name him Mac William instead of William Jr. or William the second. They would name him Mac Jr. So it means second too. It means son too, just like the second. So I'm not a junior. I'm the second Mac. But so that's two twos right there. So 222 Mac, and it's just a really cool thing with me. And I'll explain it all. I'm definitely gonna start a Patreon so that way I can afford to get a place and support myself. I want to eventually live like a van life or like an RV, something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe find a beautiful woman to take care of me. You know what I mean? But and just teach her everything about the universe. You know what I mean? And she supports my like podcast or whatever I want to do. Whatever my dream is, my brand, my vision. But I just want to thank everybody for watching my video. I just really hope y'all support me, man. Because yeah, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever thought about that? People are getting on their knees praying to the Father. You know what I'm saying? And the Father, it was always known as the Mother. It was never the Father until Saturn's reign came, and Saturn reigns for like probably like 25,000 years, and it only comes every 100,000 years. That's why the Bible says, you know what I'm saying, it'll be peace for like 100,000 years after Satan's reign, and Satan only has like a limited time because it's Saturn, and it's their energy is being channeled, and they're tuning people to it. But you can I'll help you tune your ship. Your ship, it's really your ship. I'll help you tune it because it's your ship and it's taking you somewhere. And some people are gonna die by default and just be eaten by sharks, big ass fucking energy stars. Oh yeah, and like how fishes look at us. That's how that's how we look at stars. Like fishes just looks at us. That's how stars look at us, bro. Planets. That's energy. We're like eggs that haven't hatched yet. Follow me.